Sure your phones are solid?
Got it. I get to say that live.
Yeah, you can also say it loud. You can double down. Just in case. All right, we're live. We're live.
We're good. Okay. All right. Welcome. It's September 15th, 2025, and this is the Board of Equalization and Review of Buncombe County, North Carolina. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Per the North Carolina General Statute of the Board of Equalization must convene to hear appeals for property owners and or their representatives. The duties of the board can be found in North Carolina General Statute 105-322. I'd like to ask everyone to silence their cell phones at this time. And I'd like to introduce myself, Randall Barnett, as the chairperson, and I'll let each member introduce themselves to make sure their mics are working.
Yeah. Phil Blake.
Katarina Leaguer.
Preston Edwards. Mics are working. Okay.
We got one member absent.
Yes, we do have.
That.
Acknowledge that Dr. Glenda Weiner is not here. We look forward to seeing her at the next meeting. Okay, we have a consent agenda to approve, and the items, there are 4 items on the consent agenda. First are the meeting minutes from August the 19th, 2025. Hopefully everyone's read those. The other is the value changes since June 16th, 2025. And that's the green sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And late exemption applications, which there's about a dozen of those. You have the sheets? Y'all looked at them?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's a rental late listing penalty appeal with good cause. So do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I motion to approve the consent agenda.
All right. All those in favor, say aye and raise your hand. Aye. Okay. All been approved.
Okay.
All right. Next thing on the agenda, we have 3 hearings today. And the very first is number 1, Hendersonville Road. And I don't see the applicant here today, so we'll jump straight to the county.
Does he swear? This is Henry Outlaw. He's our commercial appraiser.
Okay. I swear I'm in, correct? All right. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are giving in this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
All right.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Henry Outlaw. I'm the appraiser of the Buncombe County Assessor's Office, and I'm here to present the appeal of 1 Hendersonville Road in Anthony County. This appeal is the owner appellant is Suits Me LLC, and the 2025 value for the county is $632,400. The appellant's opinion of value is $200,000. I'd just like to point out on the front end, the ad valorem tax assessments are presumed correct. When such assessments are challenged, the burden of proof is on the taxpayer to show that the assessment was erroneous. And I think that's a key point in this particular appeal, because today we've not received anything other than a verbal opinion value from the appellant.
Okay. That's why we didn't see
There
it.
was some documentation which will be mentioned here, but it had to do with the improvements, and we'll discuss that. So the next 3 or 4 slides are basically the background, the statement of facts. I'm happy to read through this verbatim. I can kind of give you a key.
Just key points. Be fine.
So The crux of this case had to deal with the fact that the improvements on this parcel have been destroyed during, as a result of the tropical storm, Hurricane Helene. There's no question
That's
about
what
that.
TS.
So initially, when we were doing damage assessments for 2025, we referenced off that the structure 100%. There's no value at all to those improvements. It's only for the land. So this case is really about just differing opinions between the county and the appellant and the two values.
I have a question. Can I ask a question? I've noticed that the railroad uses it as a staging area for some of their equipment. The railroad goes right next to it.
The railroad does abut that property, but to my knowledge, they've not
Trying
used
to picture.
They've used it just to put stuff in and the stuff's gone But for repairing and
Right. And I've seen something that I know it has to do with the railroad. I presume that's on their property and not this parcel.
okay.
I see.
This is just background on the informal appeal level. The appellant's reason for the appeal was basically my property is very little value at this point. The question remains what she can build back, what would be required to build back. We're all kind of in limbo on that right now. So again, the basis of this appeal really lies with the value of the land. Did you get to review that?
We know exactly where it is. We know where it is. In fact, probably most of us have eaten there.
I don't think I ever have.
Oh.
I driven by it 100 times. I have a quick question. Just to clarify, so a revised county property assessment of 632,400, which is land only, a decrease from 277 of the 2024 valuation of 909, which obviously included a building and all the improvements. With the unknown of what can be put back on the land, is that taken into consideration with the valuation? Okay.
I'll
Oh, we're not there yet?
I will address that.
Okay.
That is kind of, as far as I know, that's unknown. We had discussions with some staff from planning. Our understanding, and Bob, you can correct me on this, our understanding is there's a base flood elevation and we
Right.
have to rebuild back. I think it's at least 2 feet above that. What are those implications?
Yeah.
What are the setbacks
Right.
from the river?
Right.
The top of the bank, and that type of thing. So we try to look at this from a land on essentially a parking lot, let's just say. Because we sat
Right.
back and discussed this and, well,
Right.
you know, you could always use it for parking.
Totally.
I
Which is
will-
probably a different valuation than if it was able to have a structure put on it that was, yeah, okay.
And, you know, side note, I did discover a permit for, windings to be rebuilt right down the street. So I'm not saying they're identical situations.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
It's on the other side of the road, and it's about a block north,
Yep.
and they apparently are, just as McDonald's is just to the south of this parcel,
Yeah,
they are planning to rebuild it.
Okay, cool.
So I wouldn't rule out the fact that they could not rebuild, I just, at this point, we don't have the concrete information as to what would be the target.
totally.
So this slide is really, we provided a notice of no change in value essentially because there was no information provided for us to consider. Then it went to the formal level and she basically reiterated what was initially stated as far as the reason for the appeal. And she even provided an appraisal. Unfortunately, the appraisal was for the improvements only. The appraisal was done in
Yeah.
August of 2024. And when I asked her about that, it was, my understanding was it had to do with the tenant improvements that they planned to make. There was apparently a plan to renovate that structure just
Yeah.
before.
Good thing they didn't.
Yeah.
So,
It would have been
Yeah.
a wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I contacted the DFL and by phone, we had a discussion, discussed the revision of the property assessment for 2025, where we took the bag off improvements. Discussed the land values around her as far as assessed values. And that the 2021 era or pre-2021 reappraisal sales. And the next step in the appeal process, would be here today. And then I asked her again if she had any additional information she'd like to consider, and regarding her opinion of 200,000. Try to give every opportunity possible to see that information. I have not received it.
Yeah, so
Have-
just to say this out loud, what we're talking about is a $200,000 value in 2021.
It's based on the 2021 reappraisal schedule of values.
Right.
And the change did occur after that in 2025. So you're going to base your value on 2020, the 2021 reappraisal, but you also have to consider the fact that, if something changed between the reappraisals. In this case, the building was essentially destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we took the value off of the parcel.
Right, but so the land value that we're talking about is a 2021 assessment.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The appraisal that they said that they had made, the tenant probably had made.
I believe the owner made.
The owner made it for the,
Gage had appraisers, we had appraisal, but I read through it looking for land value.
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Was their land value separated out?
Very clearly pointed out, this is for improvements only.
Yeah. Which an insurance company would do that. you
Yeah.
know.
For insurance or loan.
Okay.
Okay.
I was hoping I might see some land sales in there. I went through it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I looked, it's amazing that there are no land sales
There
hardly
really isn't.
in Biltmore Village. I guess it's just so developed that there's not much vacant land to sell.
To my knowledge, I feel like I've searched pretty exhaustively.
Bet.
Yeah,
So, I guess that pretty much covers this slide. So in summary, the median assessed value for the surrounding parcels is $25.50. The subject is assessed at $13.57 per square foot. That is for the total area. In her case, with this parcel, we have the land split into two land lines. Landline 1 is essentially the functional usable part of the property. Landline 2 is essentially the fringe, the outer boundary on the north and the west, where it borders and is in fact in the river.
Yeah.
And so that landline 2 has zero value, but I'm just pointing out here that the total value of the land at 632.4 divided by the total square footage that she technically owns is 1357 a foot.
Mhm.
When you look at the value of landline 1, which is essentially the parking lot, the paving, that breaks down to 2550 a square foot. So I feel like we're right in line with the neighboring parcels. And then the next slide is essentially, we're asking for the board to affirm the county's value of 632.4. And I have some exhibits, if you'd like to review those. Go over those. Answer your questions.
Yeah, it was interesting. You found some in Biltmore Village.
yeah, they're just 5 or 6 years old, or 4 or 5.
Yeah, they're old.
I mean, a lot happened between, value-wise, between that date. And like didn't you just say it was like a 57% increase?
When I looked at those sales over a 2.5 year period,
Hmm.
believe I did my math right.
Only 2.5.
7% increase
Only 2.5 years.
in 2.5
I
years.
believe it.
Wow.
And like I said, I felt like it was definitely justifiable to recognize the time adjustment.
Sure,
And I felt like 5% was more than.
Sure.
more than fair.
yeah,
So, and that's in the exhibits. If you'd like to see the grid.
yeah,
There's a grid showing an unadjusted price per square foot and then an adjusted.
right.
Yeah. And most of these comps were in the flood also.
Yes, sir, that was a key point that I wanted to look for was, ideally, searching for comps, you want to find the best identical you can, but, so, there were very limited sales in buildable buildings, so I expanded that search and tried to find some land sales.
Along the river.
Mhm.
So, land sale one, for example, as I recall, I believe, was definitely in flood zone 80.
It's the next case.
Oh, it is.
Street.
Yeah.
Was a borderline, there was some portion of that that was in a flood zone. There's actually a map for each of those sales that has a flood overlay.
Mhm.
You kind of see.
Yeah.
Did a
Yeah,
good
no,
job. That's
Do you have you come up with a factor for flood zone properties throughout the county so that any property that's in a flood zone, you actually have like a percentage that you're going to decrease it now or have in the past?
That is currently a working project in process for 26 for the next reappraisal. Adjustments are typically made for factors like flood elevation, like a flood adjustment would be made. In this case, this one has a 50% flood adjustment.
50%. So the other properties might be 25% or, I mean, does it vary or is it just a straight?
But in this case, this property has some floodway. In
Yeah.
addition to being in zone A,
Yeah.
it also has floodway, which, again, we did not give any value to half of that parcel, essentially,
Yeah,
for that reason.
yeah.
And to answer your question too, you can refer back to schedule of values for the reappraisal 21, and we also have it in this one too, flood adjustment charts for flood influence chart. So,
That's got a percentage.
so our land record department will map the parcel out. And there's also a flood layer in the background of that does the calculation for you. Appraiser still reviews it because the percentage takes off, or the adjustment takes off the percentage of value. So you want to look at that and make sure you allocate it correctly. Then we use a chart for that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. It's tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, see myself chasing my tail trying to, But it feels like it kind of comes back to the basis that I'm going to say this word wrong, the appellant? Yeah. It's a new word in my vocabulary that I don't use very often. Didn't provide the info to they just have a feeling that it's worth that
without evidence.
Yeah, which is hard. I think if they had more information about the requirements to build back, the cost of building back, there could be some more formal conversation around the value based on those unknowns. Because if we don't know what we can do with the property, and the appellant feels like it's cost prohibitive to build back, or, but that land is a very valuable parcel for somebody, for some business, whether or not, they have the value.
That location? Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
It's a great location.
It's evidenced by the fact that to the south, McDonald's is building
Yeah.
now, and to the north, Wendy's apparently want to build back too.
Hopefully up on stilts.
Well, yeah, that's.
A little higher, but
Except for the drive-through.
And I had a call 2 or 3 weeks ago from a property within a mile of this parcel, also along the river, and the next door property owner was upset because she was telling me this new building is going to be 10 feet.
Oof, 10 feet on
high,
stilts.
and all the drainage is going to come on her parcel. And of course, this is just conversation. There's nothing to back that up, but I'll believe that one. I don't know. I can't imagine. You'll end up with an area that looks like a lot of molehills, essentially.
Yeah.
And you do that.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, for the record, just to be clear, no evidence was submitted aside from a verbal opinion on behalf of the taxpayer.
As far as the land value, there was no evidence provided.
and no evidence to support that land value that they assumed. So
Then your
Besides the
bylaws state that if no evidence has been submitted by the taxpayer, then the board should, not must, Decided in favor of the tax office on the grounds that the taxpayer has not attempted to carry the river burden.
And I tend to agree with that because I don't see
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
to contradict it.
I
Do
totally
we-
agree.
Do we vote?
We have to make a motion.
I make a motion that we accept the county's position and deny the appeal.
Deny the appeal.
claim.
And we don't need a second.
No.
But if there's any further discussion, we can do that, or we can decide to vote.
Voting sounds good.
All right,
I'm fine
all,
with it.
all those in favor, raise your hand and say aye or nay.
I,
Aye. Okay, no opposed.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah. And thank you,
Yeah.
lawyer, just
Yeah.
bringing it around. Let's focus on the
Yeah.
facts here, people.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
No,
Hey.
it's great.
I'll just mention something as a matter of interest. I was just looking for sales currently because then I realized this needs to not be current. But you know that parcel across from Orange Peel?
Mhm.
Where the building used to be? Do you know what that sold for?
Not offhand, but
2.1 million.
Wait, wait,
0.75
Orange Peel on
acres
Biltmore? Downtown?
across the street.
from, yeah, I'm not surprised that location is.
Yeah,
Condos.
Oh, that old,
that's gone.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, but land down
It's
there's
torn-
got to be worth it. That's
2.1?
valuable land.
2.1 just closed in May or
Easy.
June.
Wow.
It's a good location. So.
It's a good location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I,
Well, maybe they can set up food trucks or something down there in Biltmore Village. Not build a building, just have something that goes.
Yeah, have a food
goes home
truck.
every
we need a
night.
dog park. Dogs don't care if it's muddy.
Too
We're
much
not even sure
traffic.
they can't rebuild though. They
Too
very
much
well could rebuild there.
Yeah.
There's no indication they can't.
We've
Rebuild.
not seen it. I mean, right? It's possible either way.
Yeah.
It does abut the railroad. All right, moving on.
All right.
Number 2.
Yep. Appeal hearing number 2 would be 824 Riverside Drive. And we'll hear from the county.
Same kind of
My
deal.
name is Bob, and I am commercial president of Buncombe County.
Oh, we have to swear
Swear
him
'em
in.
in.
I got to swear you in first. Sorry.
You
Bob.
got to make sure you're going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but
Yeah.
the truth. So
All
help you.
right. Bob, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are giving in this proceeding will be true, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Thank you. You
No
may-
more giggling during the swearing in, please.
You may proceed.
You can't help it.
Okay. We have 2 more appeals, and both of them are alike in the fact that no information's been submitted, and the appellant is not going to show up. So this is just merely a formality to let them appeal to the property tax commission in Rock. They have to go through board hearing first at the local level, and then they can go to the property tax commission. So
Gotcha.
Are you wanting to put them together in one hearing?
if you, the board can do this in summary, that will save a lot of time,
Yeah, I can. I feel
Is that okay?
because all of our slides are,
They're identical.
It's the same
slides.
owner and the same.
Well, different owners, but the same.
Well, these two are the same owner.
Yeah, it's the same owner.
Same owner. Okay.
Different property.
different owners.
Oh, these are different owners.
Different owners. It's the same representative.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, okay, sorry. I looked at owner and it looked like it was the same.
I don't think you can vote all at once, you have to.
I think you have to hear them both.
We have to hear them separately. Sorry.
Separate votes.
We'll listen real close to the first one, and the next one we'll just let you say what you want to say. Go on.
They're appealing value $3,555,500, and they're saying that their appealing value is $2,700,000. County assessments is incorrect unless otherwise proven to be incorrect.
And that's 3.5 million.
So their response was to us was, we will not be appearing before the Board of Equalization. We wish to retain our right to file an appeal to the Property Tax Commission for both these appeals.
With evidence? Not appear here, but send evidence?
I would assume they would have to provide evidence to us first. But this is just a hold, placeholder for the Yeah, so they would appeal within 15 days of this hearing, they would appeal that notice, or the results of this one, to the property tax commission. And at that point, a representative DOR would be a mediator between us and the appellant, and they would get information, and we would share our information. We would see evidence.
So I'm
Your
curious,
office will see evidence, but it won't come back to us.
No, sir. Once you guys vote, you're done.
so I'm just curious that if I saw this correctly, they bought this in September of 2018 for $11,175,000.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct.
And
That may be a complete sale, may not. That sounds like it might be a portfolio. So
well, then it sold again in 2022 for 16 million.
that's
So it's a portfolio sale, meaning there was a bundle of properties.
sure. Correct.
Gotcha. So that's wouldn't, we don't know specifically what
No,
they,
I can find out if that kind of value would sound like a portfolio sale.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So so the appeal was filed in April, saying that the market value was incorrect, as the other one will. And there's no information to support their opinion about it. So they sent us a letter, said they would not be attending the hearing. And so therefore, the county has not felt any information contradict their was.
Have you even visited the property?
Yes.
You have, okay.
Actually, when we put it on the record, that is wrong. Make sure we know what we're talking about.
That's good.
Summary, been assessed using scheduled values by the board of commissioners. Appellant was not given any information. The staff recommendation is $3,555,000.
Are they appealing this because it flooded?
No, we did give them an adjustment from $7 million down to $3,550,000 because of the flood. They're just trying to hold the slot open for people to see.
Did they get damaged by the flood?
Yes, they
Oh, yeah.
And it's a storage building, so other people's items were inside.
I'm sure it was insured.
Right.
but it Still got hit pretty good. They got a big adjustment.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Down from 7.5, you said?
Correct.
About 4 million.
That'll change next year. That'll
Yes.
build for next
We're gearing
They're
up for
going to put
next
it up
year.
on stilts.
Everybody gets stilts.
Okay, sorry.
year. So staff recommends $3,555,000.
Okay.
All right. Just like the last one, no evidence,
All right.
just a few letters.
Brief letters.
Yeah, and I wonder if you have any idea if Mr. Capitas, okay, Mr. Capitas came and visited the property.
It's in a high rise.
Okay. He's safe from the flood.
He's up on stilts. He's good.
Well, I make a motion that we accept the county's assessment.
Okay. We have a motion. We don't need a second.
No.
Ready for vote?
Yeah, with
Ready.
the lack of evidence, there's no reason to.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? 4-0.
All right.
Next one is Skyloft Apartments, here on the mountain.
Spiro Davis on behalf of Skyloft Apartments. Field value is $7,395,300. Tax reps opinion is $4 million. County is assumed correct, value is assumed correct, unless otherwise proved wrong by the county assessed value is $3,395,300. And they sent us a letter, we will not be appearing before the board and retain the right to appeal the property tax commission. Same situation.
How many units is this?
I was going to ask that.
About 80, 90. It's not very big at all. It's 3 buildings.
Wow.
Seems
80
huge
units
to
is a
me.
lot.
No, it's 430. Yes.
That is more.
I remember when these were built.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. It's, yes.
Pretty nice location.
Yeah, I worked
Yeah.
for HUD when these, and they got HUD money.
Okay, so,
And is this hurricane related?
Okay.
Oh,
This is just a whole slot of property tax.
gotcha.
And you visited this property? And it's full of tenants, right?
No additional information was filed with the appeal, so gave them no changes to the informal hearing due to this situation. So the county recommends that the county value stays $7,300,000.
okay.
By
When,
the way, they appealed in 21, and we adjusted their value based on their incomes and expenses.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
So they're trying it again with the next step. They're not trying it with us because there's no evidence here.
Right. But we've got all the, so, pretty soon. So,
I'm just curious, when they go to the next step, do they come full force then with with the information? Or do they do the same thing and just
you know,
say we're keeping our
doubt
fingers
they will
crossed?
Take the next step. That giving us information first. I don't think the property tax commission looks well on that kind of situation.
Yeah,
They like to sell it at the local level, so I highly doubt they'll move on if they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably call you because you will have visited the property and know about it.
Correct. So county recommends, staff recommends $7,395,300 for the assessed value.
All
All
right.
right.
I make a motion to accept the county's assessment.
Okay, we have a motion for any further discussion. If we're ready to vote, it doesn't doesn't need a second. So all those in favor, raise your hand and say aye.
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 No opposed. It's 4-0.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Appreciate it very much, Bob.
When do we get to do battle?
Well, you missed the last meeting.
I
We
know,
had
we
a
did.
battle.
You want to do what?
Battle. You know,
Battle.
If there's no evidence, there's nothing to really debate.
I know.
We have,
I'm sure we
Woo.
will.
okay,
Yeah,
good.
that's true.
Yeah, next year's going to be interesting.
Good.
All
Well,
right.
we're here to help our citizens. And if they need help, we want to hear it.
Sure,
We don't want to hear someone just throwing it out there,
right.
seeing if
I
it sticks.
There's no new business.
No
Yeah, I
new
was going to
business.
ask, we have
All
new
right.
business on the agenda, but there's no business at all?
No new business. I want to mention too, this is the first time doing PowerPoint, so after this meeting, if you guys have feedback about anything, anything we can do better in the future, goal is to make these more streamlined.
Mhm.
So,
This was pretty streamlined. I feel.
always open to feedback. Also, I'll be reaching out to new material, immaterial regularity rules.
Oh, right.
Processes internally, what you recommend, so look out for that.
From the, and that's helping us from the last
Yeah, just understand the
meeting.
overall process, why we do it, what we do. That's all.
Okay.
right. Now
Do-
we,
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I motion we adjourn.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 4-0. Everyone got a 4-0.